Good evening, everyone. And welcome to another episode of Mr. West's Neck of the Woods. Now, Mr. West's Neck of the Woods stretch far and wide, a lot farther and wider than a lot of people know. In fact, this week in history class, we were kind of a strange subject, but the name Pancho Villa came up. And Pancho Villa is a Mexican revolutionary, and he lived back in the early 1900s. And so the teacher started asking some of the students if they had ever heard anything about Pancho Villa, and a lot of them didn't. I kind of raised my hand and I said, interesting fact. I do know Pancho Villa kind of intimately. And anyway, the teacher was kind of interested, and so do you mind sharing with the class? I said, no, I don't mind at all. So anyway, I came up to the front of the class and I told the students that back in the day I was riding a horse there in Mexico, down in Chihuahua, and I came across three men that were on horses as well, and one of them happened to be Pancho Villa. Anyway, they kind of being a rough group, they stopped me, and Pancho Villa, he reached into his holster and he pulled out a gun, and the men stared at me, and he held the gun on me, and he told me, he said, "Hey, you get off your horse." What could I do? He had a gun. I had to get off my horse. He then looked at me and he said, "Pick your nose." What could I do? He had a gun right on me. So I picked my nose. He then looked at me and he said, "Eat it." I was kind of taken aback, and I'm like, oh my word. But the problem is I have to. He's got a gun on me. So I ate it. Well, him and his other buddies just started dying laughing, and they stopped paying attention to me. They were laughing so hard, and so when they weren't looking and when they were distracted, I quickly grabbed the gun from Pancho Villa, took him aback, and I put the gun on him, and I said, "Pancho Villa, get off your horse." What could he do? I had the gun, so he got off the horse. I said, "Pancho Villa, pick your nose." He didn't have a choice. I had the gun. So he picked his nose. I then said, "Pancho Villa, eat it." What could he do? I had the gun, so he ate it. So I looked at the class and I said, "You want to know if I know Pancho Villa?" Of course I do. I had lunch with him. And as always, peace out from the West.